Well, hello there, folks, and welcome to the town of Drucker County. It's your host, Bob Insestingson, and in today's video, we're gonna be talking through the best bases in Drucker County to give you the best geographical location, the best facilities, and the best chance to get in some zombie ass. So, let's go through all these bases. First off, we have the Vogel House. We have Wally's Bar and Grill, the Cabin Park Motel, the Wheelhouse Truck Stop. You'll find me there quite a lot, trust me, I love my cigars. You'll also find Mike's Concrete, the Knight's Family Drive-In, and of course the Barricaded Strip Mall. Now, the land of Drucker County happens to be quite a mountainous landscape with loads of rocky hills, which are gonna piss you the fuck off. But you can't really handle that because you're not fucking Jesus Christ, who does not exist and is our Lord and Savior. I know I made no sense, but I'm high on weed. Please forgive me. So get your dick out of your sister. We're not in Alabama. We're in Drucker County, and let's get into these base reviews. Yeehaw! So the worst base in Drucker County in 7th has to go to the Cabin Park Motel. Although this base is a 5-man base, it is located way to the bottom of the map, making it a bitch for driving places. It also hasn't got many buildings nearby, making it a very hard spot to loot, if you get my drift. But on to the base, and all in all, this base for a 5-man is pretty good. It has 2 large facilities and 4 small facilities, 3 of which being indoor, 1 of which being outdoor. Walking around this base, you can see there is a lot of places for those undead bastards to climb over and eat your crops, making the defenses of this base quite weak. But let's see what facilities I chose for this base to maximize its capabilities. For the first large facility, I chose a sniper tower, which ain't quite done yet, but gives loads zombie threat and sniper cover whenever you're in a sticky situation. For the other large slot, I chose a lounge in order to keep my survivors fan and dandy happy during these mysterious times, and also because it provides a couple beds after leveling it up. Yeehaw! For the first small facility, I chose hydroponics. Sounds quite fancy, doesn't it? Which you can only build if you have knowledge of utilities. Now this hydroponics is like a super garden, as it can grow 4 food a day to help neutralize your greedy bastard survivors trying to take all your food. However, this facility will need both power and water to operate, so make sure you sort that shit out. The next small facility is sheltered beds, which when at level 2 provides free beds for your community. I added the mod of a white noise machine to help boost morale of the survivors at this facility to make sure everyone is fine and dandy happy. The other 2 small facilities are your basics, your infirmary and your workshop, helping you to recover from injuries as well as craft useful items and repair your weapons. We also have 2 built-ins, an old well which provides base-wide water, I got my shit mixed up, forgive me, when activated, and a county kitchen for cooking your favorite meals during the apocalypse. And how could I forget the storage, command center, as well as the 2 parking slots. So, overall, this base is a pretty decent base, but it's not as good as 6th, which is Number 6, the Vogel House. Now you may be surprised why this isn't 7th. This is because it has a great geographical location on the map, and there is a town center close by to help with looting. Walking around this base, there is a lot of places the zombies can jump over. However, there is places by each gate where zombies can attack your survivors. Now obviously this isn't this is just the starting home, so don't expect too much from the facilities. There's only 3 small facilities and no large facilities. Now, the first small facility I chose was the garden, as it provides 2 food per day at level 2, which is useful for a small community in helping everyone stay full on food, which stop people from getting grumpy and acting like northerner assholes. Don't even get me started on those fuckers from New York. Ugh. I also chose the basics with the infirmary to help minimize injuries and help survivors from turning into worthless blood plague evil bastards. However, this facility does use up 2 meds per day, so keep that in mind. We also have the basics with the workshop to help craft useful items and repair your weapons. Now, in terms of the built-ins, there is also 6 built-in beds provided to help make sure everyone has a bed, as well as the chef's kitchen to cook some cattle during the apocalypse. Yeehaw! Now that's my kind of meal. Now obviously we can't forget storage and the command center, as well as the 2 parking slots outside the base. However, this base is nowhere near as good as this, which is number 5, the Knight's Family Drive-In. Now, you may also be surprised why Chickman Base is only 5th in the ranking. This is because it has a crap geographical location and only has a few buildings nearby which can be looted for some dandy loot. Now, walking around the base, there is a few spots where zombies can jump over and attack you survivors. However, there is a couple spots dotted around the perimeter where zombies can, you little undead bastards, and attack the lovely community that you have. One thing I want to say is I was disappointed with the size of the base, given the fact that the space of the drive-in is a lot bigger than what is given for the base itself. But anyway, after clearing the space, you will be given 1 large facility as well as 4 small facilities. 3 being outdoor and 1 being indoor, and a movie theater to watch your favorite western films to get your bollocks rocking. Now, the facilities I chose were hydroponics to grow 4 food a day, a fighting gym because I have a leader as a warlord, you know, he's a badass, to help boost fighting and cardio stats, obviously in the fighting gym, and the basics in the infirmary and the workshop. I also built a barracks in my large facility to help cover the beds for my sexy survivors to recover in. There is also another built-in kitchen to help cook some fine and dandy meals to enjoy to your heart's content. Yeehaw! For the other built-ins, we obviously have the storage, which is upgraded to refrigerated storage to provide some extra storage for food and meds, as well as a command center and 4 parking slots to park your sexy apocalyptic monster vehicles to mow down those undead bastards. However, this base is not as good as 4th, which is number 4, the Vogel House truck stop. This base is located on the far west side of the map as part of a small town center, giving it good looting spots but not the greatest of accessibility of driving to other places in Drucker County, given its far western location. The base itself has a good perimeter to stop zombies from climbing over. However, this base still has spots where zombies can climb over and feast on your survivors' brains. If you have played Providence Ridge, you'll notice the layout is very similar to Rosie's Barring Ridge. However, we are in Drucker County and we're having our fun here, so let's not talk about that crap hole. Once claimed, you'll be met with this dandy screen with 3 seating areas which are clearable and give 5 materials, as well as 3 indoor smoke slots, which I think's pretty fucking dandy. There is a repairable auto shop and clearable outdoor beds. Now for the facility options I chose, I repaired the auto shop to have the ability to craft vehicle upgrade kits. I also got a barracks for giving out survivors a sweet place to rest and recover. We also have a hydroponics, providing large amounts of food per day, The basics given the workshop and infirmary, and sheltered beds too, which provides free beds, and I added a mod for the white noise machine, which provides plus 10 morale to keep you survivors happy as a fully grown crop in a field or an incesting brother from Alabama, whatever tickles your fancy. Once again, we have another built-in kitchen to help provide some tasty meals for our hungry survivors, and as well as the obvious storage and command center, as well as the 4 parking slots for your badass zombie killing vehicles. Yeehaw! However, this base is outdone by number 3, which is Number 3, Wally's Bar and Grill. Now you may be surprised that a 4-man base is ranked the 3rd best base in Drucker County. This is because it has the best geographical location, being situated in the best town center in the right bang in the middle of the map. It is also close by to the landmark outpost at the hospital, giving it great accessibility to other areas of Drucker County. Now, the perimeter around Wally's Bar and Grill has some decent defenses going around. However, like all the other bases, there are still spots where zombies can jump over and attack your lovely community. Upon claiming Wally's Bar and Grill, you'll be met with this screen where there are 2 seating areas which can be cleared for 5 materials each to give you 1 large slot and 4 small slots, 2 being indoor, 2 being outdoor. For these, I chose a lounge for providing beds and morale bonuses to keep our survivors fan and dandy happy. A shooting range which can only be upgraded with your leader as a sheriff. Shelter beds too, with 3 beds and plus 10 morale with the white noise machine, of course. I also have the basics in the infirmary and the workshop in terms of built-ins. We have the Wally's Bar and Grill kitchen, providing the ability to make amazing meals for your community, as well as the storage and the command center, and the 2 parking slots for your badass zombie killing vehicles. Yeehaw! However, this base is not as good as second, which is Number 2, Max Concrete. This base is situated in the middle of the map and is on a main road which runs straight through the map of Drucker County, giving it an amazing geographical location. The perimeter of Max Concrete is very well secured, with only a couple spots for zombies to jump over and devour the brains of your lovely survivors, making it a very well defensed base. Upon claiming this base needing 1,500 influence, you'll be greeted with 2 sheltered beds which can be cleared to give you 2 small slots. Now, after this, you'll have 2 large slots and 5 small slots, 3 being indoor and 2 being outdoor. So, the options I chose for this sexy masterpiece of a base is I chose a barracks to help keep my beautiful survivors recover, as well as a lounge to keep them fine and dandy happy, like I was when my crops grew nice and fresh. Yeehaw! I had a watchtower to minimize zombie threat, a hydroponics to grow 4 food per day, as well as sheltered beds to providing 3 beds and plus 10 morale with the white noise machine, as well as a fighting gym to keep our survivors strong. And obviously the basics in the infirmary and the built-in machine workshop, which is an upgraded version of the normal workshop. We also have an unnecessary plus 100 fuel storage, which is questionable, but it is useful, I guess. And we also have a backup power generator if you don't have the builder's legacy bone. And obviously the command center and storage with 4 parking slots. However, this base doesn't compare to number 1, which is Number 1, the Barricaded Strip Mall. Now, despite this base being located right in the northeast side of the map, it still is part of a good lootable town center, so your survivors can loot to their heart's content. The base is also on a road which feeds through the middle of the map, giving it great accessibility to the rest of Drucker County. The base perimeter is very well protected, with only a few locations where zombies can jump over and attack your peaceful community, giving it a very well defensed feel in surviving the zombie apocalypse. This 8-man base is a monster, providing 3 large facilities and 4 small facilities after clearing the liquor store, the laundromat, and the sheltered beds, which are all clearable built-in facilities, giving us 3 bottles of premium alcohol to sell on trade, parts, and an extra small slot for your heart's content. For the options, I chose a barracks to help keep our survivors asleep, a trade depot which can only be owned if you have a trader as your leader. This helps to call in any traders for wreck shacks and items for some influence, and lounge for amazing morale bonuses. For small facilities, I chose a watchtower to help with minimalized zombie threat, a shooting range to help our survivors shoot those undead bastards, a hydroponics to help grow an amazing 4 food per day, the basics workshop. For the built-ins, we have an urgent care, which acts as an infirmary, a bathroom to help provide higher morale, a taekwondo gym, which acts as a fighting gym to help our survivors continue to be badass, and a kitchen which helps provide tasty meals during the dreaded apocalypse. We also have the storage, the command center, and free parking slots. So, overall, this base is a fucking monster, and the best base in Drucker County. Now that concludes our tour of Drucker County. If you have any questions or would like to argue with me, which I don't actually facilitate or suggest, don't hesitate to let me know in the comments, and also subscribe to see more map and base reviews of State of Decay 2 on this channel. Tune in next week where we go even into more detail about some of these sexy bases in Drucker County. I've been Bob Sestingson, and stay out of Alabama, and I'll see you folks soon. Yeehaw!